My name is Anthony Clancy, and together with my project partner Edel Fitzpatrick, we welcome you to our video presentation for our Managing Global Sourcing Term Project 2012. Our project is on an offshoring managed test service between a client based in the Irish financial sector and Accenture. The client is located in Dublin with offices in many countries, including Ireland, UK, Europe and the United States. Its main business activities include retail and commercial banking, corporate lending and capital markets. It is 99.8% owned by the Irish government, and it has had to change its strategy to become a much more efficient and cost-effective organisation in order to repay the Irish taxpayer. There is a recruitment embargo in the organisation at present, which means only the most critical position is guaranteed to be filled, and almost certainly on a temporary contract basis. To support its business functions, the client has a dedicated IT division of over 500 people. Included in this, there is a team of 25 persons which manage the IT testing for the organisation. The testing function is a vital component to the software development lifecycle model. It demonstrates that the developed system conforms to the requirements defined and they perform as detailed in the functional specification. The client estimates that offshoring its testing process will reduce its costs by between 30 to 50%. The client has a large number of projects that all require testing resources concurrently. The testing team was constantly being supplemented by external contractor resources. The client wanted to remove the risks associated with sourcing these contractors. Accenture has tens of thousands of test professionals. Due to these large volumes, the smallest improvement in efficiency is very significant. The client wanted to leverage these improvements without having to incur the costs. A big reason for Accenture to enter into this contract is to increase its Western banking knowledge to improve market potential in this area. The client has been involved in outsourcing for many years, where it has experienced both success and failure. It is involved in outsourcing with many companies including IBM, Dell and HP. Based on personal experience, industry contacts and consultancy advice, the client invited 6 vendors to submit a proposal for the contract. These companies included IBM, SunGard, SQS, Sungeti, Innovation Solutions and Accenture. In the end, Accenture was awarded a contract and entered into a 5-year agreement with the client. At a high level, the client's management team meet weekly with the Accenture Relationship Manager. The day-to-day running of the process is discussed, including the team's process and any challenges encountered. Senior management from both the client and Accenture meet on a monthly basis. The purpose of this meeting is to resolve any issues and concerns that the client has about the process, as well as prioritising and providing Accenture with details of upcoming projects. On a day-to-day basis, a typical project consists of daily wash-up meetings with the on-site and offshore project teams. Many IT teams in the client organisation are moving towards an agile development model, but the current offshore process is not suited to an agile working environment. The business areas were reluctant to use the offshore process and felt that they needed to take more responsibility for the testing. This added additional risk to the projects. The process is better suited to large-scale projects. Each project requires at least one on-site person to manage the test team regardless of test numbers. Initially, test plans and the testing process was not up to the standard required by the client. The testing focused on cosmetics instead of functional testing. The client estimates a 17% reduction in the IT testing costs in the last year. We feel that these reductions are offset by an increase in the business testing costs. It can scale up at short notice, but there is a contract penalty for invoking this. The process needs project lead-in time to allow system testing knowledge to be acquired. It does not suit regulatory change with short time frames which the client needs to follow. Test phase is becoming more of a driving factor in the SDLC process, while developers have had to produce much more detailed specifications. Is the client wise to offshore a complete phase of the SDLC? We feel the offshoring arrangement may operate more smoothly if Accenture has full SDLC responsibility over an entire application. Communication can be improved by using high-definition video conferencing for meetings. This practice includes all people on the call and encourages people to participate. Accenture needs to develop a more agile focused cost model in order to suit the client's evolving requirements. There are advantages to the offshoring model, but maybe not as many as the client envisages. We expect the client to continue to offshore after this contract is complete with Accenture, but possibly in a different guise. When factors such as cost base, organisation size, direction and offshoring capabilities are considered, the offshoring model is the appropriate approach for the organisation to take at present. We predict that either the vendor will take responsibility for all SDLC aspects of an application, or the vendor will need to adjust to a more agile approach to suit the client's needs. There are challenges ahead for both the vendor and client in this regard.